Okay, hey everybody. Today is Wednesday, December 28th, 9:09 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Clearwater, Florida, United States of America. I just want to make a video about my homemade deodorant. Homemade deodorant. Now, I've made a video before about homemade toothpaste, and in my experience, homemade toothpaste is very tricky. Very, very tricky. I've made it about 5 times. Once it came out excellent, really, really, really good, and the other 4 times, not so good, not so good. And by not so good, what I mean is that your teeth, or at least my teeth, they they feel like they have a little bit of a film on them when you're done brushing your teeth. And sometimes this happens, when you brush your teeth once, or sometimes it happens over the course of a week if you use your homemade toothpaste every day. You just start to get that uncomfortable feeling in your mouth, like there's some kind of, yeah, so it's hard to explain. I don't exactly know how to explain it, but one time, I don't know what I did. I guess I just got the mixture proportions correct by accident, mainly because I don't measure anything. I just go by sight and feeling or whatever. And but it was excellent, and I was so good. I mean, I use activated charcoal toothpaste that you buy from the grocery store, fluoride-free activated charcoal toothpaste. So I use that anyway, but it's so that's really good toothpaste. I love that toothpaste. Um, Tom's has a version. There's a company named Hello has a version, but I get the off-brand Winn-Dixie because it's like less than half the price, and as far as I can tell, it's exactly the same. I think they have mint in there as well. So anyway, it's really good. But when I made this toothpaste this one time that it came out good, I didn't even want to use the store-bought version. So that's when you know that you've done it well, is when you don't even miss or want the store-bought version, because the store-bought version is good. I mean, that's why they sell it, because people buy it, and people wouldn't buy it if it wasn't good. So, for the most part. Um, Now, this is deodorant. This is a new thing, okay? And basically, all the ingredients in anything I do are pretty basic, pretty limited, because I don't have a lot of expertise. I'm working with a limited spectrum of ingredients. So, say for example, I already said activated charcoal, but activated charcoal, coconut oil. Um, I haven't done anything with diatomaceous earth yet, but no diatomaceous earth, not yet. But the other bentonite clay, I think, yeah, that's what it is, bentonite clay. So this is that's exactly what this is, and that's all that it is. It's coconut oil, activated charcoal. That's why it's so black. Now with deodorant, well, actually either deodorant or toothpaste, you want something that smells good. Um, so, uh, some type of essential oil. Now, I didn't have any essential oils, hardly at all. My only choice was oregano oil. And I don't know if you know much about oregano oil, but it is extraordinarily powerful, like very, very, very powerful stuff. So I was very careful with it not to use too much. Um, and I have to say that, this is basically my first stab, maybe my second stab with the homemade deodorant. I have to say it's really impressive. Uh, I've tried coconut oil before, and it was not good because it stained my shirt, and I can't honestly say that it worked. I think it worked at about 50% efficacy. How do you say that word? Efficacy? Efficacy? It's a weird word, right? Efficacy. It worked at like 50% efficacy, right? Um, so not very impressive. But when I don't know if it's the activated charcoal or the oregano oil. I got to tell you, this stuff works amazing. I mean, and on a few different levels. Number one, for some weird reason, I think it must be the activated charcoal. For some strange reason, it doesn't do anything negative to my clothes, and I'm wearing a whiter than white shirt right now. Believe it or not, I know it's hard to believe because look how black that is, but it doesn't do anything whatsoever to my shirt. So let me see what if I can do, if I can prove that. Hold on. Okay, well, anyway, it doesn't do anything on the outside. I guess it does kind of do something to the inside. I don't know what it'll look like after I wash it, but I mean, to me, that's not bad, but you might not be happy with that. So there's that. I guess it kind of failed that test. But anyway, so there's that. But then the other thing is, this other strange, I guess you'd call it strange thing, is that when you put it on, it's black, like on your skin, it's black, right? But within, I want to say within a few hours, so I'm not 100% sure about that. So let's just say like within 8 hours, sometime later, like you can't see it on your skin at all. I don't know. Maybe it all rubs off on my shirt. I don't know. So maybe it rubs off on my shirt, or maybe it soaks into my skin. I like to think that it soaks into my skin. The coconut oil and the activated charcoal both are really good for you. Um, so I like to think that it soaks into my skin. And then of course the oregano oil is really good for you too. So, but yeah. Now the other day I was using it. I've been using it for like 2 weeks now. So every day for like 2 weeks. And I started to notice that, wow, this isn't working anymore. You know, like I just started to know. You know how you know when your deodorant isn't working? I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? So went and bathed, and then put some more deodorant on, and then the same thing. A few hours later, same thing. I'm like, wow, what the heck is going on? This was working so great. Like I literally could go a couple days. Like skip a shower one day, and maybe even 3 days. I don't know if I went 3 days, but I definitely went two. I want to say I did, because I get hyper focused on work, and that's all I think about, and I don't do anything else. Sometimes I don't even eat very much, or very good. And yeah, I was not having any issues whatsoever. So that was super cool. But then it just stopped working. I was like, what the heck is going on here? So I said, you know what? I bet I need some more oregano oil in there. So I did. I put some oregano oil in there, and I wasn't as scared of the oregano oil as I was before. I mean, if you get oregano oil is like almost as strong as jalapeno pepper oil. I mean, if you get that on your hand and then you rub your eye, or you put it on your tongue, I mean, oregano oil is really powerful stuff. So I was scared of it at first. I didn't want to get a rash on my underarms or anything like that. But I'm not so scared of it anymore. I put considerably more. I want to say like about 6 drops, from an eyedropper, 6 drops of oregano oil. Whereas the first time I think I put 2 drops, you know. But anyway, and so that seems to have fixed it. This was yesterday. So that seems to have solved the problem perfectly. So that's it. What else did I want to say? Oh yeah. So when I put after I take a shower and I put the homemade deodorant on, then like my underarms are really black, and that's too much. I mean, obviously, if I leave it like that, obviously my shirt's going to look a lot worse than that. Um, so what I do is I just get a piece of tissue paper and I just kind of like wipe it away. Not entirely, obviously, but just kind of just wipe it away. It's less convenient, obviously, than the store-bought stuff. But the reason I do this is because I'm interested in going full basic, full like homemade, or like getting away from anything and everything corporate, anything packaged, anything corporate, anything. I mean, they put poison in everything, and I know that sounds probably silly and hyperbolic or overly dramatic, but let me just tell you this real quick: that I have a friend who is from another country, from um, what's the name of that country? Is it Denmark, Liechtenstein, Finland? I think. Let me think. Anyway, she's from a European country, and she has a master's degree in chemistry, right? So what she's doing here in America is, Europeans know that in Europe you can have a good lifestyle without working very hard. Um, but if they want to really like rise above and excel, then they have to come to America. So you can make good money in Europe, but you can't make great money. You know, that's just kind of way they're more sort of like um, they're more into that type of economic equality. I sort of consider it to be socialism or more socialistic. Um, so the really super ambitious ones, like the super ambitious people from all over the world, by and large, they come to America, or maybe to Great Britain, somewhere where people are allowed to really make a lot of money and not have it all, not have their ambitions sort of tampered or moderated, So she's come here to start her own cosmetic line, and the thing that was really dramatic about what she told me was that in Europe there are 3,000 prohibited chemicals from personal care um, products like shampoo, makeup, lipstick, moisturizers, blah blah blah, all that stuff, right? In America there are 8. Okay, so when I say that they're putting poison, I used to think it was crazy, silly, stupid, whatever. I used to think that, and then I learned about glyphosates and oil-based um, weed killers, so they don't wash off with the rain. They don't. You come home and you rinse them in the sink or in a bowl with water. They don't rinse off with water. They're oil-based, so you literally have to wash them with a soap that can cut through petroleum-based oil, which is not necessarily any soap. So you might even not be able to thoroughly wash off the weed killer and the insecticide off your fruits and vegetables with, even if you wash them by hand with soap one at a time, and not many people are going to go to that much trouble, right? So and even if they do, there's so anyway, that's a whole other thing. But so I started to learn about that, and all these things are carcinogenic. They are estrogen mimickers, which an estrogen, if you have too much estrogen, women who get too much estrogen, they get breast cancer and other types of cancers. And all these things mimic estrogen, so they create the same effect, even if they're not the same. Men who have too much estrogen, they become impotent, they become effeminate, they get man boobs, also get cancer. It also causes cancer, So I started to learn about all these things, and of course, Alex Jones is out there. They're turning the freaking frogs gay. That whole thing. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but anyway, it was hilarious. But it's also true. They had scientists on explaining what's happening to the animal kingdom, because that is a form of insecticide. Gender confusion is a form of insecticide. It's not the only. Obviously, you can also kill the ants or the beetles or whatever, but one form of insecticide is gender confusion, where they stop. You put a chemical in their environment that keeps them from procreating, so they just die. And insects frequently have lives of like a week or 2 weeks, or even sometimes shorter. So they just die off pretty quick. So this stuff is and this is the stuff that they are spraying on the fruits and vegetables. So anyway, this whole idea of corporate products, any packaged product, like I said, they're even going after the fruits and vegetables. But I mean, you do the best you can. You do what you can. You don't go crazy. You don't go to the point of having stress or anxiety, but you just, in a calm, methodical, informed way, you do what you can to live the best life that you can. And along the way you learn, and then you get accustomed. So much of what we do is muscle memory. It's just we just do a certain thing a certain way, and we don't even think about it. We just do it, and bada bing, bada boom, bada boom. So if you just sort of train yourself to do things the right way, then you just do them the right way, and you don't even think about it. It's not. There's no stress. There's no worry. You just do it that way, and that's the way you do it. So that's kind of the goal, and that's the goal with this, to get comfortable and develop the muscle memory for making as many products that I use in my daily life as possible, So that through muscle memory, by muscle memory, you know, I just go to the store and I buy the stuff I need. I don't even think about it. I come home, I bada bing, bada boom, bada bing. You know, I mean, like putting this together takes literally like less than 2 minutes. I mean, you know, it's simple. And the cool thing about it is all the ingredients I use for other stuff. So, you know, if compare that to buying like a stick of deodorant, I mean, what can you use that for? You know, I don't know. I've never heard of it. I'm sure there's some kind of trick you can use a stick of deodorant for, but I don't know what that trick is. But point is, this stuff, coconut oil, oregano oil, I mean, and the thing is, if you do start multi-using this stuff, it's all healthy. I mean, there's not, obviously you can do anything wrong with anything. You could harm yourself with water. You could harm yourself with air. So of course you can harm yourself with oregano oil. Of course you can harm yourself with activated charcoal. Of course you can harm yourself with coconut. Of course you could. But, you know, just in a normal, sensible, responsible way you're using this stuff, the more you use it, the healthier the impact, the more of the positive health impact that you're going to have on your life. So I'm getting a little bit off topic, but you know, that is sort of the meta concept, the meta idea to all of this, and you know, and that's about it. So yeah, so I want to start canning vegetables and fruit, but that's a whole other thing. But anyway, point is, muscle memory, I don't want it to be a big deal. No stress, no worry, no anxiety, no like extra work or anything like that. It's just in terms of time or energy or whatever. It's just, you just do it that way. That's the way you do it. It's easy. You don't even have to think about it. Bada bing, bada boom. It's done. It's good. It's healthy and positive. Everybody's happy, including you. So that's the concept behind this, and that's my homemade deodorant. And like I said, I'm just working with extremely narrow array of base ingredients: coconut oil, activated charcoal, bentonite clay, at the moment oregano oil, but you can use any kind of essential oil. I did hear recently that tea tree oil is very high in what's that stuff that soybeans have that are estrogen, that promote estrogen. There's some ingredient. Tea tree. And one other thing that I love is flax seeds. I love to put flax seeds in my rice. I don't know why, but I do. Supposedly flax seeds have a very powerful estrogen effect in terms of a negative. In other words, they raise estrogen in men and women. Sesame seeds, but the guy said don't worry about sesame seeds because people don't eat a lot of those at one time. But flax seeds, sesame seeds, tea tree oil, and some other kind of, oh, I know what it was. It was the purple one, lavender. So, all right, well, that's it. I'll stop rambling now. Thank you for watching my video. Again, today is December 28th, Wednesday, December 28th, 2022. It is now 9:27 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Clearwater, Florida, United States of America. Peace, blessings, and liberty to you and yours. Bye.